Well, today I'm back to review a Kala brand music instrument. If you look through my videos, you'll see that I really love the Kala brand. I have owned many of which I owned before I even started this channel, so they never got reviewed. But I like the company, I like their product, and my favorite baritone is a Kala. So I was on Ukulele Underground forum on the marketplace and saw a soprano ukulele in all solid acacia. Price was right, so I touched base with Joseph and really quickly sent him the PayPal, and he sent me the uke within like 3 or 4 days. It was amazing. So this is the Kala from the all solid acacia series. They build all the different sizes in this one. This is the KA-ASAC-S. Let's take a look at it. Again, all solid acacia wood. Beautiful. Just really, really nice. Now this, and I want you to note something, this instrument right now, street, is somewhere between $325 and $350. And notice that what you get for that, you get herringbone around in the rosette, all around the top. You get rosewood binding front and back. You get all solid construction, the mahogany neck. Really nice neck. Kala has a nice neck, very comfortable. About 1 3/8 here, nice and rounded. Nice plate here with the Kala symbol. And these tuners are probably the second best that I've used as far as friction tuners. My favorites are the KA-ASAC-S, the ones that come on the KA-ASAC. I don't know what brand they are. And I couldn't find a brand on these, but these are very smooth, easy to adjust. I really, really like them. You also get the rosewood bridge, you get the rosewood fingerboard, you get these are pearl inlays. And then you get the side dots. And then when Joseph sent me this, he sent along with a strap because it had a button here and it had one of those Martin ties up here. So I took that off and I added a button here and changed them out to be matching. I also changed the strings. I think they were Aquila Lavas on here, and they sounded good, but the M600 fluorocarbons just really woke this instrument up. Really, really like that. You have ebony saddle and nut, and just a really nicely designed, put together instrument. Yesterday I took it, I had just got it earlier in the week, and I took it to a ukulele jam. We play a couple hours almost up in Gaithersburg, Maryland. So I took it along, and you know, some instruments aren't that easy or fun to play for a couple hours. You can play them for half an hour or 15 minutes. But this one just was so comfortable. Of course, the strap really helps with that too. Sounds great. Easy to play. Love the neck on this. I've always liked Kala necks. Stayed in tune, and just had a blast. No cramping in the hand or soreness or anything. Now, Joseph originally bought this from Hawaii Music Supply, so it's got their fantastic setup, and it just plays like butter. Now, one thing is the acacia instruments you'll find, by and large, and koa too, to a degree, are not going to be as loud as, say, an all solid mahogany as a rule. None of this is in concrete. My Ohana CK38, and you can find the review on my uke blog or on my YouTube, definitely has more bark, if you will. This one's slightly a little more refined. Good volume, but it's not overbearing. I like it. It's very nice. So these are the M600s. I think I said that. Now, one thing I've started doing in a couple reviews ago, I think it was when I did the Koalaha Opio, and I had added that wound C string, is I like to check here when the beginning of Christmas time is here, starts, has a diagonal pattern, starting the 7th fret, then the 8th, and then the 9th. This note here, sometimes, and I've been checking a lot of other ukes too, can be a little dead or thuddy because you're shortening the string. And if you watch that review, I talk about it a lot more. But then you hear that here, it's just continuing on, sustaining. So that's something I'm starting to check all the time. And that's one of the issues with the soprano is sometimes sustain's not that great. But I was very pleased when I put these strings on. Now, and another thing that you'll find, that I find with the living water strings, these are the Martins. If I go to the living water strings, one of the things I like about that is the C string is slightly thinner, a little bit more sustained. So if you are a ukulele player, and you're probably watching this because you are, I highly recommend the Ukulele Underground Forum. It's a great place to learn and grow and gain knowledge, meet some really nice people. And I've done business with a lot of just sweet, sweet people there. And what you're going to find, you don't have to worry, because as a rule, when someone's selling the uke, there's nothing wrong with it. They just are trying to find a certain feel and a certain sound. And that's one thing that if you don't have the opportunity to play the uke first, you don't really know. You can hear the sound. You can go on Hawaii Music Supply and you can hear how it sounds. But how does it feel to hold? How is the fingerboard? How's the width? How's the depth of the neck? How's the width of the neck, the depth? The back of it, is it rounded? Is it V'd? Is it flat a little bit on the bottom? So you can't tell that. So I think the ukulele acquisition syndrome, UAS, if you play guitar, they call it GAS. Guitar acquisition syndrome, or gear acquisition syndrome. Whatever it is, when I played guitar for years and years, led worship, owned a bunch of them, dozens, in my mind I had a sound that I was trying to find. So I think that's why you'll find that musicians will buy and sell instruments. It's not necessarily, there's nothing wrong with the instrument. This instrument's like new. Nothing wrong with it. For whatever reason, maybe Joseph bought it and he just didn't bond with it. Now, and that is a real thing that I cannot explain. There's been more than one instrument I've purchased, beautiful instrument. But for some reason, and that's the only word I can really think of, you don't bond with that instrument. There's something about it. You're not, like every day, you're not drawn to pick it up and play it. I can't explain it. I'm thinking about doing actually a video on UAS and explaining that and explaining this whole concept a little bit more in depth. So you can be assured that if you're buying an instrument, that most of the time you're going to find they're in great condition. Every one I've bought has been great. And I bought a few off the forum there and sold quite a few also. And everyone's always pleased because my instruments are always like new. I don't abuse my instruments. So, all solid acacia. Listen to this very beginning here. Good sustain. Really good sustain for a soprano, and it's still opening up. Fluorocarbons help with that. Anyway, all solid acacia. Check it out. Street about $325 to $350. Thank you, Joseph. He sold me this with a soft shell case and the tie and a strap and shipping, which is not inexpensive, for $200. Quite a savings for basically a like new ukulele. All right, see you next week.